This video, I'm going to try to give you the profile of a goddess, a lady goddess. The lady part being the highest being that she can be as a human being. A goddess is her celestial being, where she exists in front of God himself. And if you already take notice, a goddess have a similar name to God. God, this. And the distance part is that she's distant to God. She's second to God. The only thing that's standing between her and God is the child of God. And that by itself is why I think only a female, a woman, a lady should make that decision when it comes to that child. That child is between her and God. God came to her womb for 9 months, 9 to 10 months, and took her flesh, the fetus of that child, the seed of a man and the egg of a woman. But the 9 months, while he had a relationship with her, she's not terminating the child. The child is the reward after 9 to 10 months of relationship. God don't make nothing fucked up. Everything is with a purpose and intention for a reason. But understand, the profile of a goddess, she's a descending goddess, a celestial being that's coming to earth. Everything outside of heaven is hell. She takes on a form of human soul and lives out as a female, a girl, a woman, a lady, only to return to heaven as a lady, to take on her celestial being, a lady goddess. She can't stand in front of God as a woman. She got man in her. A man is a symbol of strength. There's no need for her to be strong in front of her Savior, which is Jesus. And before she can go through heaven's gate, she got to go see Jesus. She got to learn how to practice giving up the man in her on earth with a gentleman. Before she can get stand in front of Jesus, even as a lady, she got to practice being a lady on earth. Learn to be comfortable, not always carrying that man around in her. Ask yourself, do you really want to carry that man around in you? Do you really want to be responsible when you know a man's supposed to be responsible for the man in you? That's what an angel's burdened with. The financial responsibility of a god is because she's done labor for God, not man, not even herself. She can't even tell you when she's going to get pregnant, when she's not going to get pregnant. And because society has made it possible because you can and can't, it's not a natural thing. Abortion, to me, if God don't want that child to be, it won't be. But if God chose that child to be, it does not matter what turmoil, what trials, or what tribulations that child come to be. Believe in that, and then let's see what God has in plans for that child. It's not for us to say, that's God's child. We ain't nothing but babysitters of God's children. We mix society law with heaven laws. Even though we may not have a book to heaven laws, we sense what's right. We know. And when you choose to ignore what you sense, then you're ignoring Jesus and God. I don't know what you sense. Only you know what you sense and what your thoughts are. Believe in them. Keep them positive. We're all God's children. Until you truly believe that, you may not open yourself up to truly sense what you should. Jesus ain't going to let that through heaven's gate until you believe that we're all God's children. I don't believe in religion. Religion is like sports. It separates us. Catholic, Christians, Jehovah's, every other denomination. We got to learn to come together. We got to learn the true chain of command. The true chain of command. Man is the last. He may be first on earth to clear a path and build a house. Then comes along a woman. Then God's child. But if that's where you want to face earth, I want to face heaven. I know my position. I will stand behind a lady. And I will put God's child in front of her and me. I will protect both of them. Regardless if it's my child or not my child. Not from my seed or not from my seed. We're all God's children. Every child is. I will protect that child as if it was mine. I will babysit that child the same way. To say anything less is ignorance. It's ignorance. I'm a foster child. I learned how to foster relationships with fathers and mothers. And love don't care, real, not real. Understand that. And God gives you the opportunity to love somebody. It's not about loving that person. God didn't put us on this earth to love others. He put on this earth to love ourselves and others. And when somebody brings up the best of yourself, then you love yourself. You stay with yourself. And you do yourself. And you commit to yourself. You have a union with yourself. And it doesn't mean a physical or a sexual commitment. We chase too many people in our lives, and we let ourselves go. And we don't even know what that self was about. Everybody comes in our life for a reason. Can you tell me what the reason was? We forget our past. We run from our past. You're supposed to remember your past, not live in it. Live in your present. Plan for your future. But you got to remember the things good and bad that happened in your past so you don't do them again in your present. And whatever you truly like from your past, bring it in your present. Don't bring the negative, bring the positive. And if you know that's something you want to keep with you, and you become for sure about, this is who I am, this is what I love, this is what I enjoy, and it's going to change. You can better it, but plan for it in your future. The true law of attraction. Jesus and God don't care about our wants. We want a lot of different things. You got to take that want and turn it into a desire. When you desire something, it's right here. You can't see around it. You can't, and Jesus can't work with you. And if you earned it, he's going to take your desire and give it to God. And God's going to give it to you in the form of a need, but you got to earn it. And understanding that, earning it, do what you're supposed to do. Believe in your thoughts. Think about your thoughts. Have a conversation with Jesus. Ask him what he needs of you. What are you going to take back to heaven? What is your trade? What is your skill? What are you doing from the human being? What is your celestial being learning in this human being form to make heaven even better? You're surviving hell right now. Everything outside of heaven. If you ain't in heaven, you're in hell. That's it. Period. The biggest trick the devil ever played. He changed hell into earth. God gave us a garden in Eden with a goddess in it. A goddess of joy. That is a female. That is a woman. That is a lady goddess. Respect her. Before you can bow down for God, you got to bow down for a goddess on earth. Period. She's more than a mental and emotional creature. We can learn from her. Be real about it. But the profile of a goddess, understand it. Anything, you know, she got the woo of man in her. God gave her the ability that she don't need a man. He gave her enough man that she should never ask, need, or want. It's disrespectful to ask. Okay? When God already gave it to you, think about it. That's all I'm saying. Think about it. That's the man in her. The woo in her is the womb. No different than the fee of a female. The fee of a female is the fetus that comes from that womb. She is the creature of two. She already outplayed us. And the fee and the woo is the mental and emotional capacity to understand that. That is what God gonna need from her to create that child inside her womb. And that's that fetus. Only a gentleman can penetrate that in this gentleman form, not a man form. A man works on the man and the male in her. Okay? We are not mental and emotional creature only until we become gentlemen. But that goddess, she already came to earth with the mental and emotional capacity. As a female, a creature of two, growing into a girl and a woman. Things she learned as a woman, she cannot learn as a girl. But there's a reason for that. Don't leave her trapped in her cocoon stage. Don't allow that woman just to be a woman. Her true strength is becoming that lady. And only she's going to become a lady for a gentleman. She's going to become a lady for herself, but she's going to be looking for a gentleman. She will look. A woman will run. A lady looks and chooses what's worthy, but you got to display your gentleness and your gentleman. You got to show that you can understand her mental and emotion. You got to motivate her. You got to show her that you are compassionate, mentally, emotionally, that you attach to your spirit and your soul, that you know that a man is not the greatest thing on earth, but a gentleman is. And a gentleman finds something greater than himself. And he learned to love outside of himself. A man loves himself. A gentleman learns to love outside himself. He learns to love himself and others. In order to love himself and others, he's going to have to take care of the other. That's what a gentleman learns. A man is very selfish, immature, even though when he knows, he chooses not to do it. Ladies, a man can never take care of what you need. And that's the gentleness of a gentleman. But understand the power of a goddess. She can bleed for 7 days, carry a child for 9 to 10 months, live through a birth. And even if she didn't carry a child or gave birth to a child, she bled for 7 days. That's God-like already. God a distance to God. Her trials and tribulations maybe not to have birth or give birth to a child, but to live out her manifestation as a lady on the mental and emotional level. I understand that. We all have a reason we play our games, our roles of life. In our life, if you break it down on a life scale, every area that you live, the girl, the woman, the lady, going to school, being married, relationships, they only that small of your entire life. But learn from it. Every little one that you learn from builds the greater you, the overall you. Learn how to see yourself. Learn what brings the better you out. And the ones that you don't like about yourself, that's negative. Don't do you. Don't do that. Learn how to find the best you. You're a goddess. And things that make you see you as a lady goddess, gonna bring the best you out. Not the things that see you as a woman. And everything a woman ever been, a lady possesses. A lady truly possesses, and goddess possesses all of it. She just need to awaken and know that. When you awaken to your goddess, you'll know the chain of command. Your higher self is the goddess. The greatest thing a woman can be is a lady. That's why you're a lady goddess, not a woman goddess, a lady goddess. A woman's a perfect creature because she's the wooing a man. But a lady is perfect because she let go of the man, flawless. A lady is flawless because she let go of the man in her. That's flawless. That lady possesses the Phi of a female, the G of a girl, the Wu of a woman, transcending to the lady. It has no man or no male in her. That is your true godlike powers. That what makes you a goddess. You come from God's rib, not a man's rib, but God's rib, God himself. A man is an angel. We receive the blood of God. You bleed the blood of God. You carry God's child. He chose you. A man will have a house, but a woman turned the house into a home. Understand your godlike powers. Just being inside the house turns it into a home. And a man and woman, they go to the house, but only a lady and a gentleman enters the threshold of a home. Change your words, you change your outcome. Understand and see who you are. Breathe it, live it, think it. God will empower it. Jesus will empower it. See yourself who you are. That's all I want to do. I want to awaken the goddess. I want to awaken the angel. What's greater than a man is a gentleman. You can never become an angel, a man angel. No. A male angel, no. Only a gentle angel. A gentle angel knows to take his place. A gentle angel will bow down to God. But he's been practicing that on earth because he's been bowing down to a lady. And you got to practice. You can't assume you're going to be good at it when the time comes. Practice makes what? Perfect. Yes, men. Okay? We are flawed creature. In order for us to be perfect, we got to get that gentleness in us. We ain't flawless. We ain't flawless unless we become a gentle angel. The lady, she already flawless. Then she become a lady goddess. I can't even tell you what that is. But understand the profile of a goddess and all the things that makes a female a goddess. She displays. Admit to them. Admit to them. We're not mentally, emotionally strong enough to deal with the fact of bleeding for 7 days. Or a child, a fetus grown inside of you the size of a football. A man does not have that mental, emotional capacity to comprehend it and walk gracefully amongst us when all this is transpiring inside her body. She is truly a goddess. Help her see herself as she is, and we'll give so much back to the goddess, the lady goddess, to the mother goddess. She's the mother on earth, and she also the mother of that child in heaven. Gentlemen, we only the father to that child on earth. The true father is in heaven. Take your place. And we ain't nothing but babysitters of God's child, the true father's child. And I will babysit that child to the best of my abilities. He knows that within my thoughts. That's all that he needs to know. Doesn't matter if it's my child or anybody else's child. But to understand that and be humbled enough to take your place. A man don't know how to take his place. He thinks he's the first in everything. He's the best in everything. Once you let go of that, naturally let go of that, it's not about admitting to it. Anybody can admit to something out loud. You got to display it. Your actions. Everything I say is to build up a goddess and turn her on to who she truly is, to see herself as she is. That is my job. It's not even to be rewarded and say somebody, hey, James, thank you for telling me I'm goddess. No, it's not about that. I just want you to think about your thoughts and believe in them. I want you to think about them, you believe in them, and you learn how to speak your thoughts. Then you speak the word of Jesus, just as well as God's. God plays around your thoughts. A whisper from God or Jesus comes in the form of a thought. Believe in your thoughts. But anyway, ladies, the highest thing you can be on earth is a lady. What you are in heaven is a goddess, a lady goddess, not a woman. Let go of the man in you. And find a creature that's mentally, emotionally, that will provide the 3 P's. He will parent your child. You nurture your child. You can be mentally, emotionally connected to that child and tell the child what to do. A father is supposed to parent the child and back you up and based on what you say. You're going to teach that child how to write, how to read, how to sit and be still. That father can be working, providing. That's what he does for a lady. It's not about a wife. Even if you don't marry that male, that man, don't ever think they don't supposed to provide until you become the wife. That's a title to a white man's contract. Anytime a man goes through heaven's gate on earth, he has to earn and respect that for life, in whatever capacity that may be. When that time comes, Jesus will call on him and see if he remember that goddess, even if it's 20 years from now. That will tell if you're going to get the opportunity to bow down to God. What would you do? Think about it. But just understanding the chain of command. Understanding, respecting the goddess. And empowering the goddess to see herself as that. She is the mother to God's child, and she's the mother to that child on earth and in heaven. Let her make that decision between her and God, and don't have no voice in it. Man should never have no voice in it, nor should society. Because what one woman does doesn't mean that's what another woman should do. Every woman is different. They have the reason for what it is. But if you really want to go through abortion, if you made a decision with God, allow God to give that abortion. If you really, truly believe that child, man, techniques and technology, because what is right on earth does not mean it's right in heaven. You're not terminating that child, you terminate a relationship with God. And think about it. How would you feel if your friend decides to terminate the relationship with you? For what reason? Is it really a good reason? Think about that. And God knows the truth. Okay? He knows the truth. So don't participate in a game that's going to start a relationship that you got to interrupt between you and God. I would feel truly guilty about that. That's the true deeper matter of understanding senses. And you know what I said. Think about it. That's it. You are truly a goddess walking amongst us on earth. As a female, a girl, a woman, a lady goddess. Have a blessed day.